I started my university journey through clearing and I ended up leaving with a first-class degree. And these are the things that helped me get there. Now, I want to preface this video by saying none of these items or tidbits of information directly contributed to my success. Nothing in this world can replace knowledge and hard work. That's something you're just gonna have to find out for yourself. But these things rather aided in the acquisition of my degree. Also, with that being said, these items and pieces of information are things that worked for me. They may not work for you, they may not work for anybody else, but I figured I would share this information and not gatekeep it because I was the first person in my family to go to university and I didn't have that kind of baseline guidance of what university would entail. So maybe I could be your older university sibling who's gone through the whole 3 to 4 year process and share this piece of information with you and many more pieces of information. So if you're looking for a university cheat code, this video may not be the one for you. Nonetheless, these are the things and items that helped me get through university and helped me streamline the essay and exam writing process. So if that's something that sounds appealing to you, then stick around. Number 1. Now, I'm going to break a lot of consumers' hearts with this one. You do not need an iPad to survive university. I know, shocker. I feel like the iPad has become the main central cornerstone for people when they're doing their university hauls and like they're buying their things for university. You do not need an iPad to survive university. I've had the privilege of using both an iPad and laptop throughout university, and I can hand on heart say, if I'd known what I know now, I would have just bought the laptop. I had my iPad before I got my laptop, before getting my iPad, and throughout my first, second and into my third year of university, I was using this little blue laptop. It was about the size of 2 hands put together. It was a little like small 11-inch laptop and I had it for 8 years at that point and it was working fine. I did a lot of my assignments on it. I got a first with that laptop. It was working fine. It was really slow, but it did the job. And when I upgraded to my current laptop the year before last year, it completely changed the game. And I can say this now because I've experienced both. An iPad and a laptop, they just don't match up in functionality. All the things you want to do on an iPad, you can do on a laptop. Maybe not the drawing capabilities unless you get a laptop that turns into a tablet, but realistically, you're not gonna need handwritten notes, I don't think, personally. So this is my iPad. It is the iPad Pro 12.9 inch or 12.1, I think it's 12.9 inch, the 2015 edition. It is the first gen, and I didn't get it brand spanking new. I got it refurbished, so I got it for a good price. I didn't get it specifically for university. I got it for 6th form, and using the iPad aided me in using my laptop. When my laptop was slow, I would just use my iPad. Having the iPad and having the laptop, I can say throughout my 4 years at university, the laptop does everything that the iPad can do, other than the hand-drawn notes capability. So if that's something you're really passionate about, then maybe look into getting an iPad. But like I said, that's a 2015 model. It's nearly 10 years old and it's working fine. So get an older iPad. It's a lot more cost efficient and it does the exact same thing. It still receives all of the current software updates, so you're fine on that front. If you're not too fussed about handwritten notes and drawings and everything like that, get a laptop, and I will give you so many different reasons why. 1, they cost about the same, especially the newer iPads cost around the same as getting a really good laptop. So I went overkill and got a gaming laptop, and I will tell you why. 1, I was replacing my laptop that I had for 8 years, so I wanted to invest in a very good machine that would last another 8 years or more. And 2, I went with that because I'm on a psych degree, or I was on a psych degree, so I needed a lot of RAM and a lot of processing power to run the statistical software. So my degree used SPSS, which is a analytical statistical software, pretty much running numerical data and finding trends and stuff like that. So I needed a lot of processing power for that. And my old laptop kind of had meltdowns when it was trying to run that software, so I needed something like a gaming laptop with that processing power. Of course, there are other laptops that have the same processing power that aren't gaming laptops, but I also do play games sometimes with my friends, so I went with that because it ticks all the boxes and gave a little bit more. And I invested a lot of money in that because I knew it would stand like 10 years or more, like my other laptop did. So I was happy to invest into that. However, that being said, you do not need to invest into a mega laptop. I've bought 3 laptops to gift to my younger family members for their first laptop, so it would last them another 8 years like mine did. And I chose like £200 laptops, and they are perfectly fine. They do everything the same as that laptop other than gaming. I will put it on the screen, the 2 laptops that I have been buying for family members, and I've looked through the processing power. I've experienced it myself because we have one of them in the house for my little sister. So you can really get a good budget-friendly laptop that will last you years and years and years, and it will run everything you need to. And like I said earlier, you need to make sure that your degree, if it does require running some kind of statistical software or running some kind of software on your laptop, that your device can handle it. And a lot of the time that software can't be run on an iPad. So again, the scale is going in favor of a laptop versus an iPad, because you can't physically run the things you need to run on an iPad. You can do everything the same. Sometimes you can get a laptop for cheaper than you can get for an iPad. And the functional capabilities of a laptop is just that much better than the functional capabilities of an iPad. So you do not need an iPad to survive university. If you're going to invest in anything from this video or anything going into university, invest in a laptop. I know £200 is a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, the amount you'd spend on an iPad to get an Apple Pencil or some kind of stylus, or getting a new iPad in general, the laptop is so much better, so go with that. Number 2, headphones. And I say headphones, not earphones specifically. So I have both overhead headphones and in-ear earphones, but I can still say I prefer my overhead headphones. Now don't get me wrong, having the in-ear earphones are convenient for travel, and I know a lot of times people just want to stick those in and walk around campus or commute on their journey, and that's completely fine. I definitely get the appeal. But when you're getting into that kind of mental state to write your exam, you know, you want the isolation, and sometimes in-ear earphones just start to hurt after a while. Overhead headphones do too, but that's why you should get over-ear headphones, not on-ear headphones, because the on-ear ones press on your ears, the over-ear ones cup it, so they're a lot better. I just got a cheap £25 one when I started university, and it stuck with me for the last 4 years, and it works completely fine. It's a Turtle Beach PS4 wired gaming headset, and it works as headphones, it's fine. And I specifically got a headset because my first 2 years of university was hybrid learning, so I needed a headset for the Teams calls and everything like that, because the breakout rooms and everything. So I got a dedicated headset. It really helps get into the zone, whereas in-ear earphones don't really help too much unless they have noise cancellation. But I don't know, I feel like there's some kind of contextual factor that when I put on my headphones, I know, okay, now it's time to work. And it was £25 and it's lasted 4 years and will still continue to last throughout my postgraduate opportunities. Number 3, so with a lot of the degrees now being primarily digitally based, so whether it be the exams you do digitally, the essays, just taking lectures, a lot of it is through digital mediums. With that comes a lot of eye strain, and for those of you who are already in university or who are going into university from sixth form, you know there's a lot of sleepless nights. You're at the laptop screen for multiple hours a day, sometimes not taking breaks as you should, which you really should be taking breaks. But if you don't, at least get this to protect your eyes. And that is a pair of blue light glasses. These are actually prescription, but I do have 2 more dedicated pairs of blue light glasses before I got these, and they helped immensely. Blue light glasses will really save your eyes, and I know a lot of the time before I got my blue light glasses, I would have so many like mid-brain and like back of the brain headaches, and that was because of eye strain from blue light exposure, I guess you could say. So yeah, definitely invest in some blue light glasses. They're really inexpensive too. I got my other pairs for I think less than £10, and they are completely fine. They will save you in the long run, and you will thank me when your headaches are no longer there. You might have headaches from lack of sleep, but you won't have headaches from blue light exposure. Also drink your water when you are studying, because a lot of people forget to drink water and they also get headaches from dehydration, so make sure to drink your water. Number 4, it's kind of a culmination of things, but have a dedicated study space, whether it be downstairs at the dining table, in your room, at a desk, or maybe it's a specific library that you work at. Have a dedicated study space. For A-levels, I had this exact table that I'm using now for university. And I had that in my room, and I had like my lamp and everything like that, and that was my dedicated study space. And now in university and going into postgrad med school, I have my same desk, I have a new laptop, and yeah, just headphones, lamps, everything like that. But pretty much your study space should consist of a desk. It doesn't have to be one of those expensive £500 standing desks. I literally have like a £50 IKEA desk, and it has worked for the last 6 years. Get a chair. It doesn't have to be an overly expensive chair. This chair, I've had it at the same time as I got this desk. No armrests or anything like that, so it's not a particularly expensive chair, but it does the job. Again, honorable mention to a laptop stand to really complete your study space. Here's the brand if you want to search it out for yourself. But this will really complete your study space and also help with that kind of strain on your eyes, and also your strain on your neck too. So this, a desk, and a chair will really complete your study space, and then just invest in some headphones. Like I said, mine was a £25 pair of headphones and they work completely fine. Having that dedicated study space allowed me to kind of disconnect from the world behind me. My desk is at the front of my room, the rest of my room is there. So it allowed me to disconnect from the kind of sleep and chill area and have that dedicated study space to really dive into my work. The fifth and final thing in this video isn't really a tangible item, but rather a piece of advice. Invest in a hobby. Just having that disconnect from your work when you need it is immeasurable, you know? You need that break, you need that disconnect, whether it be gaming or knitting or, you know, what have you. Just have something that is dedicated, a few hours a day or an hour a day, whatever. Just make sure you dedicate something to a hobby or an interest. It doesn't have to be one hobby, it can be a range of hobbies, but make sure you have something that allows you to disconnect and structure it too. So for example, if you know you have an exam that's going to span across a week or 2 days or something like that, make sure you spend an hour of each day dedicated to your interests so you can disconnect and then come back refreshed. So for example, when I had my 48-hour exams across multiple different modules, I made sure to spend an hour or an hour and a half going for a walk or playing sports or something like that, just having that disconnect, and that truly kept me sane and kept me refreshed throughout these grueling exam periods. My hobbies and interests were very sports related. So for example, I joined the ice hockey team at my university. I do swimming once a week, I still do that now. I played football a lot throughout my second and third year. Sometimes I would try and learn a new skateboard trick. I would kind of fall in and out of love with skateboarding because of how difficult it is, but that was another thing. I started running races, so a lot of different kind of physical activities, but your activities don't have to be physical. They just have to be something enough that you are fully disconnected from your work and you have that mind refresh, because if you don't have that, you are going to go insane in university. Within your first year, it is so easy to go insane and lose your cool in university just because it is such an influx of information. It is a new environment, especially if you're coming from sixth form or college directly into university. Nothing can prepare you for that transition. So you definitely need these things, these hobbies, to disconnect you from that. Just make sure you have that separation from your work, because it will truly save your sanity. And sometimes when you come back from your activities, you see your essays or you see your exam answers with refreshed eyes, and a lot of the time I had written my essays, left it for a day, come back, and then realized like it was complete garbage and changed a lot of it, and then sent that off and it was completely fine. So coming back with refreshed eyes, having that kind of mental clarity from having your interests outside of work and outside of the whole pressing concerns of university life is truly a savior for your mental health. So definitely invest in one or multiple hobbies. So those are my 5 things that should be in your university essentials survival kit. I guess that's what we can call it. Some of this may work for you, some of this may not, but definitely pick and choose a few things. If you're going to take anything away from it, invest in a hobby and invest in a laptop. That's all I'm going to say. That's all from me. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, and hopefully you guys enjoy many more videos to come. So hopefully you guys have a great morning, evening or night, and goodbye. You guys are in the most odd place right now. You are mounted to my desk lamp using a gorilla tripod. That's fun.